Hey, welcome back to the shop. This is Zach over at NV Woodwerks. Time for another weekly update. I'm back from vacation. I know a few people were emailing me saying, where'd you go? Well, I was on vacation, so I do apologize. I wasn't getting videos done while I was sitting on the beach and being sick. I got sick the first couple days. That was fun. We got off the plane and I went to quick care, but got over it and had a great time in Hawaii. So I'll probably put some pictures and some highlights and things of the trip. I did post things here and there while I was gone, so check Facebook and Twitter if you want to kind of look back a couple of weeks in my posts or my timeline or whatever it's called. And you'll see some things there. And if I come up with, once we edit a lot of the photos and stuff, if I think it's worth sharing, I'll share some cool stuff. So pretty fun trip. Now, one thing that was, I don't know, not disappointing, but one thing that didn't happen was I was really looking for things to cast, like similar to like pine cones or, you know, sagebrush in a sense, like things that are just, you know, everyday things over in Hawaii that I could just gather for free and then send home. The problem was most of the things that I thought would be cool, I know seashells is a good one, but we didn't really go anywhere where seashells were abundant necessarily, so didn't do that. Most of the things that I liked or that I wanted to take or use for casting were like organic materials, so like flowers, leaves, palm leaves, and things like that. And the problem is there's no good way to like stabilize it that I know of yet. I am going to be looking into preservation techniques like drying flowers a little bit and looking into different ways that I can keep the form of things and then cast them most likely like tube in, where you're not just dumping stuff in a trough. You're kind of arranging it nicely on the tube, gluing it on pretty much or adhering it somehow to the tube, and then casting clear resin so that you're kind of getting the essence of whatever it is rather than just some cool shapes like Lego blanks and pine cones and stuff. So a lot of ideas, but I actually think I'm going to have to go back there. First I need to figure out how to preserve these things and get some practice doing that. And I'm actually thinking about taking a trip, an extended trip, back to Hawaii so that I can do this kind of stuff. So that'd be cool. That it's not happening for anytime soon, but eventually that would be a fun thing to do. The other reason I didn't bring a lot of stuff back is there's agricultural checks and all this other stuff, and I just said, you know what, screw it. I don't think I want to deal with it. So instead, what I decided to do was luckily I found an awesome lumber yard called Aloha Woods, and I got a treasure trove of awesome wood stuff, like koa especially, and a couple other things. And so they had this bin that was like $2 a pound for wood, and it was like the type of stuff that you want to cast. You're talking worthless wood bin, $2 a pound, but it was like, you know, koa and all kinds of stuff. So I got the GoPro set up here, so hopefully I'm getting some kind of close shots, but I got a box full of this kind of junk wood, let's call it. I picked up a couple things that were avocado. It's got spalting in it, and I don't know, it might be kind of interesting, real cracked and all that kind of stuff, so it's perfect for casting. They had these little nodule things that are like, I don't exactly remember what they said, but they're like from pine, the pine trees that grow there, and I think they're like kind of like branches type things that they cut off of the logs. And so they had them, and I thought, that's kind of cool. They look like little volcanoes or something. So got a bunch of those, and I got some koa, of course. If you're in Hawaii, you got to pick up some koa. So I got a bunch of chunks of really figured and really nice looking koa chunks. So I'll have to stabilize those and cast them. And let's see here. This is liche, I guess. I don't even know what half this stuff is. Very heavy, very dense wood, so that'll be kind of interesting to cast. It's got some kind of interesting patterns in here. So another thing that we can, you know, kind of cut up a little bit and cast. Picked up, this is not in the worthless wood, hold on a minute. Kopiko. It looks kind of like, it looks like redwood and feels like purple heart, like it's super dense. So it's kind of an interesting piece. It's got some live edge type stuff, and who knows, I'm going to cast and do something with that. And then that's all for like the junk wood stuff. I didn't want to go too crazy because I had to ship it home. But I got a square block of monkey pod. That I really like the looks of monkey pod. It's got really cool different colors of browns and stuff in it. So I picked up a block of that, probably going to turn it into a bowl or something, small bowl. And then I had kind of a field day with koa. Now, picked up this guy, which I'm probably going to turn into a couple of ring boxes. It had some really awesome grain. The people at Aloha Woods, I want to stop and mention that. They are awesome. We met Donna, and she showed us around the whole yard, and she's like, you know, we got a bucket of water, and you can look at the, you know, the grain pattern. That'll pull out the figure and all that stuff. And there was tons of koa, lots of shorts. I think they get a lot of people like me that come and say, hey, I want some koa, but I can't ship 8-foot long boards home. So they had some shorts that were like the super nice grain figured stuff, and then. You know, I mean, they had all kinds of stuff. They had, what is it called? The nuts, mac nut, macadamia nut wood. And that stuff's like super dense also, heavy kind of stuff. I didn't get any of that really, but monkey pod, I really like monkey pod, I already said that. So it was just awesome. We met Donna, she was awesome. And then we ended up getting introduced to Bobby, who works there, and he used to make guitars, like we're talking serious guitars. And so he knew everything about wood, about, you know, the trees and how they grow. We must have spent 2 hours talking to Bobby and Donna about, you know, koa and just woodworking and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to say, if you're going over to the Big Island, you know, Kona, definitely check out Aloha Woods. They were fabulous people. It was so much fun to meet them. Every time we go back, I'm definitely going to go and say hi and probably pick up some more wood. But really fun people, so check them out. But one thing I wanted to mention with the wood. So like I said, we met Bobby, and he was talking about all the different stuff. He knew kind of the ins and outs of koa, which I don't really know that much about. So it was good talking to him and getting a lot of information. So what he had, though, he had this one board. And I said, oh, you know, do you have anything that's like really spectacular, any special boards? And so he had this 8-foot long board that he actually priced out, which would have cost $800, I believe, was what he priced it at. And not that it's over, you know, it wasn't overpriced. It was just, it's that nice of a board. And koa's not cheap in the first place. But this log had been like submerged, and it was like root wood. But not. It was kind of a weird thing. And it has the most amazing figure, and luckily they had a short piece of it. So I forget what kind of figure he called this, but it's like very rare, and he called it something piggyback or something like something weird that I have never seen this, and so I cannot wait to tear into this. But things like this, like, it was super expensive, and it's one of those rare pieces of wood that, like, you put on the shelf for a while. So I'm excited. And then they were so nice. They found another small piece of this same wood and sent this. And this one will be really good for casting. It's got the kind of edges and all that stuff. This one's thicker, and, you know, I'm going to have to really think about what I want to do with this one. But pretty cool stuff. We had a great time. I got another little piece of koa here, pen blanks, I'm thinking. And I got a board that was all kind of jacked up. So it was cheap, but it's monkey pod. So lots of cool stuff, lots of interesting things. I'm going to have to start stabilizing, you know, cutting some of this stuff up, stabilizing it, and then getting it cast. And should be pretty fun. Like I said, I didn't pull anything else home. You know, I would have liked to, I don't know, there was so many different flowers on the ground and all that stuff. And I was really, really thinking about, you know, just getting a big bag full of it and shipping it home. But I want to look into how you do that properly first, and then we'll kind of get into that kind of stuff a little bit later, sometime down the road. So that was my trip. This is my haul. I got all kinds of crazy stuff. Probably could have gone even more crazy, frankly. And we actually had. It's probably a good thing that we actually had an appointment doing something like a tour or something, and we had to leave Aloha Woods. But again, go and check out their website. They ship internationally, I believe. At least they definitely ship to the States. And so, or the States, I always say that, the mainland, not the, Hawaii's one of the states. They ship to the mainland and do all that kind of stuff. So check them out if you are interested in some nice koa wood. Great people, great wood too. So, all right, so enough of that stuff. Coming up, we got another contest, and I wanted to mention that. So I think that should be next weekend or something like that. I'm not entirely certain what the prizes are. I do know that Mike from Mike's Workshop is going to be or wood shop, I should say. Miter Mike's Wood Shop is going to be one of the donors. I'm donating things. I think I'm going to do a kind of a Halloween blank. I have some orange and black ones with sagebrush. I'm going to talk to John David Jones over at Signature. I haven't actually checked with him to see if he's doing it, but we're going to have a slew of prizes. I think Dominic is doing this one. We also have Braxton from Timber Manufacturing down in Vegas, my buddy. So we got a lot of prizes. I just don't exactly know what they all are. Lots of t-shirts and blanks and whatever. So be looking for that next week. So anyway, that's probably about it. I'm sure that I'm missing some really important things that I should be announcing, but be looking for the contest next week, and go and check out my website for, you know, custom blanks and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think that's about it. So if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below. You can email me at zach@nvwoodworks.com, out there on Facebook and Twitter. And so I'll just roll into a couple little highlight photos from our trip, and I also got some video, you know, GoPro footage of fish and coral and all that stuff when we were snorkeling. So hope you enjoy that, and until next time, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.